Hello, I'm Brian Pendergraft with the Pendergraft firm, and I am a real estate attorney. And this, and I'm doing this video to go with my latest blog post: 5 things wholesalers should know about real estate laws. All right, so let's get right into it. Number one, tenant's right of first refusal. In some jurisdictions, if you want to wholesale a property with a tenant occupant, the tenant must be given an opportunity to match the offer and to purchase the home. Each jurisdiction that has tenant's right of refusal, first refusal, has their own steps that must be followed to give the tenant an opportunity to purchase. Where I practice in both D.C. and Baltimore City, Maryland, they both give tenants this right. So if you want to wholesale a property with a tenant occupant, make sure that you are complying with your jurisdiction's rules. And if you need help with that, then contact a local real estate attorney. Number two, have any forms that you find online or forms that are given to you by another real estate investor for real estate transactions reviewed by a local attorney in the jurisdiction that you will be doing real estate transactions in. I think it's even better to get forms that are prepared and drafted by a local attorney. Once some jurisdictions require specific language to be in certain contracts. For example, in Maryland, a lease with option to buy um, must have uh, must have at the top, this is not a contract to buy, written in all caps, written on it, or else it is voidable by the party that did not write the contract. So that being said, there's all sorts of jurisdictions have their own nuances when it comes to property laws. That's why I think that every jurisdiction thinks about property differently. And that being said, having a local attorney that is familiar with that jurisdiction draft your contracts is the way to go. Number three, actual consideration must be paid for both earnest money deposits and assignments. An earnest money deposit is evidence that the parties have a real deal. So if a wholesaler pays $1 or $10 for a as an earnest money deposit, a court of equity may think that that's not a real deal and void the contract. In the same manner, when assigning a contract, a wholesaler should assign it for a fee that shows that he's really a wholesaler, and he's not a bird dog. And they must show this is a real deal. This is a real assignment going on. Um, Number four, when working with the distressed properties, the title issues are exacerbated. The person selling the house may not own it. There may be random heirs. There may be tons of liens on the property. Now, this is true for any real estate transaction, but this is particularly true for people that are for wholesalers because that are dealing with distressed properties and the types of people that you will be dealing with. That said, you need to work with a title attorney or a title company that is very familiar in working with wholesalers, working distressed properties, and understanding these issues to make sure title is as clear as can be before you make a move on it. And number five is wholesaling legal? And um, yes, it is. But it can become illegal if you're not careful with what you're doing. And some jurisdictions look at wholesaling differently. For example, some jurisdictions feel as if wholesalers, if they market a property or they're showing houses marketing property that they do not own, then they are brokering without a license because they're showing houses, they're showing properties, and the only people that these jurisdictions feel that only brokers or should be allowed to do that. And wholesalers, they get around this by either getting a real estate license, double closing, or perhaps only marketing the contract. So um, That being said, make sure that you understand what's cool and what's not cool to do as a wholesaler in your jurisdiction. Um, Another thing that wholesale makes some wholesaling may become illegal is that or not legal is just that if you use a contract that's not good. I mean, for example, you may have a contract that has 999 escape clauses in it for you, the wholesaler, but those same escape clauses are not on the other side. So again, this may not be perceived as a real deal depending on the jurisdiction that you're in. So again, make sure that you have your contracts reviewed by a real estate attorney, and what you're doing is okay, and that your contingencies are okay. And lastly, you may violate local laws. Maryland's, for example, in Maryland, we have what is called the Purchasing Homes and Foreclosure Act, FIFA for short, that prohibits wholesalers from wholesaling pre foreclosures in many situations, but most of them actually. Whereas another jurisdiction may not care about this at all. You can just go and door knock right on pre foreclosures and get deals all day. So again, you have to make sure that you understand your local rules and what's okay and not okay when wholesaling. That said, I wish you guys the best, and I hope you make a lot of money wholesaling and doing what you're doing. So that's it. That's my 5 things that real estate wholesalers should know about real estate laws. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything, or if you there's something that you would like for me to cover next, please drop a comment. Please like. Please subscribe and share with friends. And thanks again. Take care.